Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Cyberpunk 2077. Starting in a fairly unusual place today, because we're here with Johnny inside our new old car, which apparently is Johnny's previous car, another Porsche 911, but this time like a real old-timer and not like the copy that we got recently. And yeah, now we are supposed to drive to the Oilfields, because apparently that's where we will find whatever remains of Johnny's body. And I mean, I could fast travel, but it feels appropriate that I, actually drive this on my own in my new car. So I will have to turn around here apparently. And yeah, I don't really like this kind of viewpoint. I'm going to switch back to my normal one. And now we can go for it. I mean, it's not that far away. Let's try not to damage our new car. Not sure what that was. I didn't crash into anything. That must have been something else. It's also kind of wet on the road, so that's making driving conditions probably a lot harder. Why is everyone crashing like behind me? I haven't done anything to facilitate that. But yeah, back to the Oilfields it is. That was one depressing place when we went here the last time. And it probably still is.
Not far now.
Huh. Worse than I thought.
Yep. Of all the places where they could have dumped you, this is probably the worst. It's even worse than like the normal landfill that we've been to previously. Now, let's see.
Okay, gotta be around here somewhere. I get it, fine. Can't believe they bothered to truck it all the way out here.
Better than the junkyard where I landed.
Oh, I guess he already found it? Or is he just randomly looking around? I mean, this is not where the quest marker is. That's what I'm going by. But let's scan around a bit. Maybe we can find some clues. Silverhand, the creator or destroyer of samurai. That's an interesting pet to find in this very location. Hidden somewhere between the Arasaka propaganda and Silverhand's own self-curated image, there exists a real story behind the frontman of Samurai. The fact of matter is no one truly cared to find it. Labels, legends, slogans to chant, that's all anyone ever wanted from him. But by digging meticulously into all the dirty details of his life, all of the inconsistencies and exaggerations come to light. One of the biggest gaps in Silverhand's life was the period he spent with nomad communities. Hidden from civilization, Johnny could have acted like himself and removed the mask he wears in public. If the world could get testimonies from the people who had contact with Johnny during this period, not only would every biographer be grateful, but, more importantly, experts might have a real chance to offer a clinical diagnosis for one of the rock scene's most iconic personalities. Okay, well, I wasn't aware of that. Apparently he spent some time with nomads. Why don't you tell me about it? Maybe we can, share experiences. Okay, that's not important for me. Yeah, let's just check out the quest marker over here. Where are you going? You're going in the wrong direction, Johnny. It's over here. My sixth sense is telling me.
So that's how it is. Nothing here at all.
Well, we haven't really looked all that well so far. Then again, I can't really see anything either. Well, also I remember this place now. This is the tower And I think this is where the hanged man is, so I guess it relates to Johnny's remains, maybe? Anyway, let's sit down.
What did you expect? Headstone, flag, and flowers?
No. I don't know. A marker.
I mean, no one knows you're here.
Anything.
Do you think you really need that? I mean, a lot of people still remember you 50 years after you died, so you left some mark behind.
Really need symbolic, empty gestures?
Guess I do. Thought I'd feel like I'd closed a chapter here. Like I'd said goodbye to the old silver hand. Hello to the new.
And how do you feel?
Like I never even was. Or like I was still inside Mikoshi.
Inscribe Johnny's initials. Let's do something about that. I mean, it's a small gesture, but sure, why not?
We'll figure something out. Better now?
A bit. But let's say it was my real grave. What would you write? Here lies Johnny Silverhand.
What are my options? Relentless rocker boy, Night City legend, terrorist and raging asshole. The guy who saved my life. I mean, these are all pretty good. I feel relentless rocker boy and Night City legend
Hey, what's up?
are a little bit generic. Let's make it a bit more personal. The guy who saved my life.
The guy who saved my life.
V, you don't know how much I want that to be true. Listen, I realize I fucked up a lot of things. Either let down or used every last person who gave me their trust. Blind, selfish bastard that I was. But I've managed one thing for now. Not to fuck this up. What we have.
Well, that is actually very touching for you to say that. A hard road, but looks like we made it. Now, fuck that up too. Johnny, no need to bare your soul to me. I mean, I appreciate it, but if
Hey, what's up?
this is uncomfortable for you, you don't have to do it.
No need to confess all your wrongs to me, Johnny.
I know, but maybe I want to.
Fair enough.
Most people I thought were my friends. They couldn't even stand to be in the same room with me. You're fucking closest to me by a long shot. There, 24/7.
I mean, not like
And
I had a
yet-
choice.
You don't seem to hate my living guts.
You were a real dick in the beginning. A shame we didn't talk like this earlier. Yeah, I mean, you were a bit of a dick, but since I couldn't really get rid of you, I kinda had to, get used to you and accept you for what you are, I suppose.
You were a real dickwipe at first.
You sorta deserved it.
What did I do?
Remember waking up at Victor's not knowing about me? I'm seeing things. I'm scared. Then moaning at Misty's about how you didn't want to die.
Remember you whining for smokes in the middle of the night, complaining about not being able to kill me.
Never thought we'd make it this far.
When you said you let down your friends, still feel like you can't breathe. Yeah, tell me more about that.
When you said you let your friends down, did you mean Rogue?
Rogue, Alt, Carrie, Santiago.
Not all's lost yet. At least with Rogue.
Can't pretend nothing's changed over 50 years. Can't just insert myself into her life.
That's true. Come on, already have a smasher base really got to her. I mean, yeah, that's true. You kinda inserted yourself already. She knows you're alive and you can't take that back. Or, well, alive in air quotes.
Come on. Already have.
True that. You know, did promise her I'd take her to the movies long ago.
Good idea.
Call her for me. Ask if she's free some night. Thing is, you'd have to surrender control. Again.
Yeah, I'll call Rogue. Forgot about that. Yeah, I guess you will have to take over my body for that date you're planning here. And I mean, you have been very open to me here, and I appreciate
Hey, what's
it.
up?
So, sure, let's do it.
Yeah. I'll call her.
Okay. Let's Delta. Nothing to see here after all.
Worth coming out all the same.
Absolutely. Thanks, V. Of all the heads I could have popped up in, hella glad it was yours.
That's quite the compliment. You just really needed one person who can't run away from you and then maybe get to know you a little bit better. Alright, there we go. That is the end of this quest, and yeah, we didn't really find anything here. I'm sorry, Johnny. And that's already our next task here. Let's have a look at it. Can't even remember why Rogue and I were always at each other's throats. All I remember is the good times and how few of them there was. Now I've got one night to make it up to her. Yeah, a movie date sounds boring, but hell, we never did normal boring things. Better late than never, right? Sure, we will give it a try. I'm still not entirely certain whether he was like more into Rogue or Alt. It seems that he couldn't really make up his mind in regards to the two of them. I feel that he maybe had a more special relationship with Alt. I mean, she's the one that he committed his terrorist act for, where Rogue was just, well, she can help me with that. And that feels a little bit, yeah, I mean, she's useful to me now, so we're going to use her for this. But if something happens to her while I do this, it's, you know, secondary. So I feel that Alt maybe was a bit more important to him than Rogue. But still, Rogue's still here, she's still alive, so let's go on a date with her, I suppose. But maybe before we take care of that, we can take care of some other stuff. For example, Judy is still waiting for us. And if I remember correctly, she's still planning to take over Clouds. Let me take a look at the quest again. There's no such thing as a free lunch, V. If someone invites you to a showdown, someone's gonna pay. Who knows, maybe the bad guys settle up, answer for all the bad shit they've done, but you know what I think? I think you're the one who's paying, and that check's well on its way. What do you even mean? She's my friend, and she wants my help, so of course I'm going to help her, even, you know, if it's a bad decision. It's not the first I made, and it's not going to be the last. Okay, I will be taking the fast travel now, but let's have a look at the car. At some point I have to, you know, look at it at proper daylight conditions, so we can admire it in its full glory. And I mean, there was like a fast travel spot somewhere around here, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right over here. But first, let's see what we can do to help Judy. Alright, it's not too far away. And
what's your problem?
This is her apartment, right? I kinda remember this place. Yep. Right. Judy? Let's ring the bell.
Hey, V. Come on in. Pizza's getting cold.
Oh, you're one of the Cloud employees, right?
We're in the kitchen.
The one guy who doesn't have a celestial name. I guess he probably has one, and Tom is just like his real name. All right.
You made it.
see.
Good. Grab a seat. This is Roxanne. She's worked at Clouds longer than any of us.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
When I heard what you pulled at Clouds, shit, I so regretted I was off that day.
Just eat the free pizza and then we're out of here, okay?
Shut up. I want to help Judy with this. Okay, I have a lot of options here. Let's see. Let's maybe say hello to Tom first.
I don't have all day here.
How are ya?
Okay, I guess, but, you know, sad as hell.
And now let's talk to Roxanne a bit. Did you know Evelyn well?
Are you and Evelyn close?
Yeah, blew up in her face when she showed up back at Clouds. She was supposed to be long gone, the one who got away. But
Yeah, I
deep
think-
in my heart, I was glad to see her back.
Yeah, I think she
She like
returned.
such a gunk now.
Yeah, I think she returned because she thought she would be safer there, but she wasn't. Oh,
You'll never get rid of the stench of the corpse. You drop a lot of them, don't you? What's
wasn't
your
able to
secret?
use my other options. So, changed your mind?
So changed your mind, huh? Quickly, too.
I'm here. Doubt I need to explain why.
Fine, rather not argue. Actually, you do need to explain. Yeah, I would like to hear why you changed your mind.
Now here's the thing. Gonna insist you explain. If we're to pull this off, I need to be sure you're all in. And know why you're all in.
You don't know the first thing about Clouds, do you? You know Misato and the other Tiger Claw bosses see and hear everything that goes on there. I didn't get this far by shouting all my plans from the window. By the way, Forrest didn't show up for work today. Or yesterday.
I wonder why.
No shit, I wonder why.
I'm already like preempting Johnny's thoughts.
Got sick, maybe. Or hit the lottery jackpot. Bought himself a ticket to the moon.
Could be anything.
Done saying hello to each other? Revolution won't plan itself.
All right.
I
let's hear
modified the
plan.
behavioral chip. It can equip any doll with a motor reflex system. In other words, make the doll move and fight like a Preem-tier solo.
Fascinating, isn't it? What one can learn while tuning fake orgasms for the Moxes.
Mind stepping outside? Can't smoke in here.
You'll air it out later.
Rude.
Fine. I'll sit by the window.
The body'll react as if executing a well-trained series of movements. Already tested it out on Tom. Chip's impulses supplant any natural reflexes, so it'll make users feel like they're experiencing cyberpsychosis.
Oh, great.
But it's basically the same as when we activate ourselves for a client.
Okay, but I mean, your bodies are like more or less normal bodies and not trained for that kind of stuff. So what are the side effects?
Tech that's all pros and no cons. I don't buy it. Side effects, spill 'em.
Combat mode auto-initiates when a threat is present, and there's no way to stop it.
Great.
Can't find a workaround.
And that's it.
I don't know. Only way to determine that'd be through months of testing on a range of subjects.
There's an ethical side, too. You could murder someone and not remember a thing.
Good point. Being a solo's lots more than executing a series of movements. Yeah, I would say so.
Solo skills don't lie in just executing movements. There are split-second processes that happen. Logistics, decision-making. Result of years of practice. Doubt your chip's capable of compensating for that.
You're probably right. But I don't see another way. Alternative's intensive training, but we don't have time for that.
The question is, why don't we have time for that? Why does this have to happen now? Why don't we have a few weeks or months time for it? Anyway, how did you come up with that?
How did you ever come up with this?
Learned how the behavioral chip works at Clouds. Always seemed like they must be pretty easy to modify. I'm surprised I didn't get the idea the moment we walked into Maiko's office.
Count yourself lucky. What with all the cams and mics and Clouds? Tiger Claws would sooner dig those chips out of the dolls with screwdrivers than let an idea like this run its course.
Alright, well, can you maybe arrange for a demonstration?
All right? Gotta see it to believe it.
Finally, Someone said it.
Tom?
I guess he
Pulled
will
that
be our
sequence
test
from a
subject.
kung fu training virtue.
What I mean, just throwing a few knives might not be enough.
Not convinced. If I'm gonna count on ninja dolls, gonna need to see some real action.
Like, wanna spar?
What else?
Alright, I guess
Just don't mess up my digs, okay? I like it here.
I will fight Tom now. Let's see.
It's on now.
Okay, are you going to attack first? Barney not.
What the?
Okay, well,
Everything chill? You okay?
Ha! Look at me go! You see that?
I guess that was a more convincing
Gotta
demonstration.
do some cardio.
Nice work, Judy. Outdid yourself. If you were to sell that, be the richest Judy in the NUSA.
Please. Plenty of killing machines in the world. I don't want to turn more people into them. After this, chips are getting micro-nuked.
Alright, makes sense. And what about you? Any complaints?
If you've got something to say, just say it.
Who, me? This is my impressed face.
It's always hard to tell. It looks very much like your I'm not impressed face.
V?
Okay. Probably settles it. The chip works.
Let's get to it then. You've got an elite force of 3 muscleheads and a techie. What now?
Guards and tiger claws in and around will overpower, take down, disarm, escort them out. Clouds will be ours.
Sounds easy if you put it like that.
Bosses, we'll give an ultimatum. A cut of the proceeds in exchange for never showing their faces at the club again. And having no say in how the club's managed.
That's what I thought. A half-baked, insane plan. You can't see more than an inch ahead of you. Taking out the security there won't solve anything. Claws will just send more. Hiromi Sato's the man you gotta get to.
Okay, tell me more about that guy.
Hiromi Sato? Who's that?
Cloud's real boss. He rarely shows, but you can't so much as sneeze without him finding out. Claws trust him, respect his opinion. He is one of them. We can try to convince him, but it's doubtful. We stand a better chance by injecting him with a dose of fear.
Okay, where would we find him?
Where do we find this Hiromi?
At his apartment, H8 Mega Tower, topmost floor. It's a penthouse. Almost never steps outside its glass walls. But I'll figure out a way to get us inside.
Will Tom and Roxanne come? Yeah, what about you?
Tom and Roxanne gonna come with?
No. Whole point's to strike both places at the same time. They'll take care of business at Clouds.
Okay.
Two-pronged assault. Loving it.
Well, I guess that's going to be our plan then.
Plan just might work. Michael, take it you're on board too?
Wouldn't be wasting my time here if I wasn't.
So how about it, V, Tom, Roxy? Made up your minds?
I need to think about it. Never wasted anyone before, you know.
I'm with it all the way.
V?
Don't tell me you're seriously considering this. Sticking our precious necks out for a bunch of whores?
Like I said, they're my friends, so of course I'm going to stick my neck
V,
out
get it
for
together.
them. But we might be able to do this without killing anyone.
Rather not have to flatline anyone?
What she said.
Hope is it won't be necessary.
Overpower Hiromi. Humiliate him. Should be enough. Bosses will put him out of the game.
Okay, well, let's try it that way. You can count on me. Sorry, not for me. Gotta manage on your own. Nope, we're going to do it.
Count me in, Judy. Already said I'd help, didn't I?
Thanks, V.
Save the gratitude for later, please. I'll set up the meet with Hiromi and let you know. I need a couple days. Have fun. Toodaloo.
Michael, hold up. Give us a lift.
Only if you don't talk to me. I feel a migraine coming on.
Oh dear, and I feel a malfunction
Shit.
coming on.
I'm scared, V. Speaking of gratitude, stuff I'm asking you to do, well, usually comes with a price tag, I know. You want to help, I get that. But I'm more than happy to pay your fee in full. Feels like it's only right.
No, I'm not doing this for the money.
Judy! For real? No. Don't want to hear it.
But
Not a word.
And yeah, I'm sure I will have another major malfunction as soon as I stand up, but what can I do? There it is.
V, everything okay?
Nope. It's not.
V, you don't look so hot.
Okay. Okay, I'm better. Fine.
What the hell, V? You, like, sick?
Yeah, maybe I should tell her about this as well. She doesn't know. Yeah, let's just be honest.
Remember the heist Evelyn hired us for? The relic I was gonna clip?
Couldn't forget that in a million years.
That biochip? Well, long story short, it had Johnny Silverhand's mind on it. An engram of it that's overriding my mind.
You being serious?
Truly wish I wasn't.
Fuck. Anything at all you can do?
One can hope.
I'm working on it.
It's late. You're tired. You can crash on my couch if you want.
Sure, why not?
Sounds great. Thanks.
Don't worry about it. Make yourself at home.
I'm sure your couch will do just fine.
Shit!
Oh no. The malfunction still not over. Nope, it's not. Okay. Let's see if I can stand up without falling down again. Okay. Looks like we're good. Morning, sleepyhead. I had to run, didn't want to wake you, left you some breakfast, eat up. Okay, sure. And Lizzie Wizzy sent me a message. Oh dear, my first BD. Our little adventure was actually very inspirational. I put out my first BD today. Thanks. Couldn't have done it without you. Okay, but what does this have to do with anything? It'll be all over the airwaves. Keep an eye out. Oh dear. Oh dear. Do I really want to know what this BD is about? Okay, whatever. Let's have some breakfast, I suppose. I already looked at everything in her apartment, I'm sure, so I may not have to do that. Here's some stuff I can pick up. Let's eat it right away, and let's drink the coffee. There we go. And I'm going to eat the tofu, tuna and pineapple pizza. That's actually the one that I ordered, so obviously I have to eat this one as well. No one else wanted to touch it, apparently. There we go. Okay, I guess that's all I can do here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I looked at everything already. Let's just leave the apartment. And yeah, it's a new morning. Let's use the stairs this time. And that's the end of this quest. Nice. So I guess we will get a follow-up for this one pretty soon as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do this before starting the DLC. I may actually want to do this before starting the DLC. Let's get everything out of my journal and then we can tackle this one. But we have a bit of time left in this episode. Maybe not enough to do something like that. So instead, I will try to find a gig. Haven't done any of these in a while. We got a thievery over here. So I'll head over to that location and we'll see what I'm supposed to do for that. And another message from Rogue. How was your little field trip to the Oilfields? Same waste of time like Ebonique. How come you didn't tag along to the Oilfields? Yeah, why not? I don't need to stick my nose into every little thing. It was Johnny's best to take care of. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, on the one hand, I think maybe she shouldn't, like, chase the shadow of essentially a dead person. But maybe that little date will give some closure to their relationship. But yeah, I wanted to take a look at my new car in daylight, so let's call it here, I suppose. And there she is. What a beauty. Alright, I'll head over to that gig and guess I'll bring you back once I've arrived. Alright, I'm close to my destination and I just got a message from Panem, so maybe let's have a quick look at that. Hey, did you hear about that psycho who kidnapped kids and kept them somewhere out in the Badlands? Oh, have I ever heard about that guy? Christ, what a sicko. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a Raffen. Yeah, a real ugly affair that. Managed to help solve it with a badge from NC. One of the kids was his nephew. And I'm pretty sure he was not a Raffen. He was not a nomad as far as I can tell. He was just a farmer's kid. Well, aren't you just full of surprises? I can imagine that must have been quite the ordeal. Tell me about it. Even now I get sick to my stomach when I think back to it. Held those boys in stalls like cattle. Glad you didn't see that. Yeah, it was pretty messed up. I never told you this. Okay, fuck. I've never told this to anyone because I hate remembering it, but when I was little, my best friend was captured by Raffens. It was an accident, and she would have ended up a complete goner if Cassidy hadn't come to the rescue. Some really bad things were about to happen, but Cass pulled out his revolver and the dust settled within seconds. But the kid's uncle, who is he anyway? River Ward, he's a little like Cassidy, I suppose, minus the whole cowboy thing. Self-possessed, unshakable, and a man of principle. Maybe I don't know him all that well, but there's one thing I know for sure. I can come to him with anything and he'd take it seriously. Okay, well that's a fair assessment, I suppose. I like him a lot. I feel, I don't know, safe with him. I feel this would make more sense if I actually went for the relationship. So I guess I'm going to pick this option. I don't know any officers, but I haven't exactly heard good things about the police in Night City. I mean, technically he's not police anymore. They kicked him out, right? So your record will remain untainted. Good to know. If there are exceptions, you always seem to draw the good folks to your side. That's a rare thing. Well, that's quite the compliment. Maybe one of the rare skills that V has. Because usually she's more like, about getting herself and people into trouble. But okay, now let's have a look at this task over here.
Yo, V, there's this badge. He needs help with his investigation. Guy's known for operating in the gray zone. No scruples about working with mercs. Attach more deeds for you.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting. Let's have a look at the deeds. Gig type thievery. Target CCTV footage. Location Maelstrom warehouse on the corner of Industrial and Eisenhower Street. Details. Client is Aaron McCarlson, NCPD Sergeant. Used to work for me as a consultant on the show Cops and Shops. 8 seasons. And is asking for a favor. Aaron's been digging into Maelstrom for a while now. Says he found the warehouse where they torture people. But you know how it is for badges. Law slows them down with mountains of paperwork. So if they want to get something done, they have to get creative. Aaron knows that, which is why instead of waiting for fat-ass judges to grant him permission, he wants to get help from a contractor. Job simple. Get into the warehouse, coordinates attached, steal the security cam footage and bring it back to Aaron. Should be enough to push his case through. And if you happen to shoot a few Maelstrommers along the way, well, shit happens, right? World won't be worse off without them, that's for sure. Okay. So maybe this is one of the jobs where I will actually go in with my gun and not stealthily. But I still want to see how many people I'm dealing with here, so let's do a ping and tag a few guys. Right. Got someone over here. That's it. Somehow I feel that there will be more than just 4 people. Okay, I can see more people inside here. And even that seems far too few, to be honest. But I mean, at least I have some overview of how many people we're dealing with here. Okay, let's grab my normal gun. There we go. That is not my normal gun. Oh, I think that is the one that we picked up on the Ebonique. I mean, how does it compare to my gun? Let's see. I mean, the other one has a lot more damage, but the higher attack speed of my gun may as well make up for it, so yeah, just give me my standard gun. Alright, now, let's see. We got some guy on top of this building here. I would like to take him out so he doesn't have this vantage point to take me down. So once I can get a proper lock on him, I will overheat him and then I will just start to shoot all the others. Can't target him from here, I'm afraid. But he will probably move back pretty soon. This guy doesn't really seem to care that I'm standing here with a gun in my hand. Oh, but he does care if I'm aiming at him. That's interesting. So just passively carrying a gun isn't a problem. But actually aiming it at people is. Okay, looks like this guy is coming back now. So we can hit him with an overheat. And may as well hand out one for this guy as well. Alright. Now. Let's shoot some stuff here. I mean, I will still use my quick hacks too, because that's kind of what I'm specialized at, so would be stupid not to use it at all.
They'll take the side route.
Oh, is this guy still alive? Right. Let's finish him off this way. Here we go. And dead. This might be all of them. Let's grab some of that loot. And I think I made that car explode. Ooh. That's a big gun. Now, let's find that CCTV footage. Doesn't tell me specifically where to look for it. It's just somewhere around here. But I mean, presumably I'm looking for a computer of some sort, right? So let's try to find something like that. Alright, this looks promising. There we go, steal data. But first, let me have a look at it. Got some messages here. Companies closed. The board. Unfortunately, despite numerous initiatives aimed at reducing our operating guests, including extra commitment from our workers, we have ended this quarter with a loss. I feel that this was supposed to mean costs, but I don't know. Maybe they wanted to reduce their guests for some reason. In light of these results, bearing in mind the multiple threats of violence from our competitors, the board of directors has decided to liquidate the company's assets. We kindly request that all employees empty out their desks and drawers before 8 p.m. After which we will hand over the building's keys to its owner. The company's remaining capital will be paid out in dividends to the company's directors. All other employees will receive coupons for selected products in all food stores, equivalent to the value of each employee's weekly salary. Respectfully, the board. Well, that's quite the comfort. Read carefully. From Amanda Nelson. A certain corp who entered the net one night. Oh, I'm pretty sure I've seen this before. I think this is just a spam message. Recording surveillance. This has gotta be it. Let's see if it actually includes any useful information. Well, I mean...
The fucking dirtbag.
These things still surprise you?
50 years in soul prison gives you a break from this, even if it was only a blip.
Lucky you.
Hey V, make sure he fucking regrets this. Pretty please.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this is pretty incriminating stuff, so... I guess we got what we came here for. Now, let's steal the data. Tell Aaron you know what he did. Huh. I guess I can do that. Oh, so was the guy on the footage the cop and not any of the guy he's investigating? Interesting. Let's have a quick look around here and then we will try to find that guy. There is like an access point over here. I suppose I may want to quickly hack into it. Okay, let's maybe start with the most difficult one. 55 BD. Of course, if the guy on the footage is the cop and he killed a guy, then I mean, I just killed like 6 of them, so I can't really, you know, accuse him based on that. But whatever, I'm going to go to the specified location and we'll see what we can do about all of this. Alright. This apparently is the place we're looking for. Do we have stairs over here? Yes, we do. Is this where he lives? Not exactly the best place, huh? Right, here we go.
Yeah?
Aaron, it's V. I've got the scrolls.
Oh, V! Thought you were another one of those Serenity Bible whack jobs. Come in.
So, hit any snags along the way?
There always are. Handled them.
You're real tough as nails, huh? That's how you survive out there.
I would like to
All
think
right,
so.
now hand over those scrolls already. Choppity chop chop, huh?
Give recordings, here you go. I've seen what's on them, therefore the investigation, right. Yeah, I mean, they're not really showing what you think they do.
These scrolls are for some kind of investigation, right?
Mm-hmm. Real big stink, mind you. But thanks to your help, I can give it a push.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not what I've been told was on them.
Kinda sad to let them go. Contents are truly fascinating.
You weren't supposed to watch them. That was the deal.
Oh, now you want to go by the book, huh? Scrolls didn't paint such a law-abiding picture of you.
Save the moralizing bullshit. Guessing you want something, huh? So just spill already.
A surprise, it's money. I want you behind bars. I don't want anything. Yeah, I mean, I just killed like a bunch of these people, so I feel it would be rather hypocritical to, you know, accuse him of that. But I mean, it's not what he's been looking for, so I'm not sure if there really was that kind of like torture gang that, you know, the deeds told me about. But still, I don't really see a point in trying to play holier than thou in the situation, so whatever.
Don't want anything from you.
So then what the fuck's your deal?
I just like watching shitbags like you break into a sweat. The moment when you're not as untouchable as you thought you were.
How fucking professional of you.
And thus the pot calls the kettle black. Your scrolls. Take them. And don't make me wait for those eddies.
And there he goes again.
Are you trying to see how fucking low you can sink in Night City?
Just get one thing straight, Johnny. You're not my conscience.
Yeah, good. What a shitty gig that'd be.
Well, what would you have done? Would you have killed the guy? Would you have asked him for money? I don't really care. So, I guess we're going to leave now. And... oh, I don't actually have to call back and report what happened. Well, she's going to call me.
Aaron's happy. I'm happy. Always pays to be on good terms with badges, right? Gigs closed. Eddie's on their way.
I mean, it would have been interesting to know how she would have reacted if I had tried to extort Aaron, so... I mean... maybe as long as she gets paid, she doesn't really care one way or the other. But yeah, I guess that should be enough for today. So we will probably have that date with Rogue in the next episode. But for now, let's call it a day. As always, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.